What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm back on the ETM RTR Lite, the white one, and I'm gonna compare it to the Tuttio, my old bike. Which one's better? Because they are a little similar in price. They're both known as like a somewhat budget e-bike or e-motor or whatever, but this is my new bike. I sold the Tuttio to get this. Last video, I went to the drive-thrus. I rode this, and I talked about it, and I said I would make this a video. So, that's what I'm gonna do. So, we're gonna be comparing them, stat versus stats, top speed, range, looks, cost, and everything that you can imagine. So, first is obviously price, like the most important part about deciding what bike you're gonna get for your budget. The Tuttio Soleil one is $12.99, so $1,299. You can save $10, by the way, if you use code Cxltxn at checkout. It is $12.99, free shipping, so that's the price you're paying to your door, unless you get the 2-year warranty, and then it'll be like a little bit more, but really, that's the price. Now, the RTR Lite, on the other hand, I paid $2,448 total price, and honestly, that was the best deal I could find. Was Ronster Rides, Electro & Co. It was like an extra $250 for tax, and Ronster Rides didn't have that fee, so I think I got a pretty good deal, and I like the gold forks a lot better. So that's what I paid for this, and for my Tuttio I paid $1,200 flat. So it really goes hand in hand. It is like $1,200, a little under $1,200 more. When you get to, like, if you're paying off Facebook Marketplace, I see people charging $1,400 for a stock new Tuttio. So really, it's like $1,000 more. And then the RTR Lite. In person, the RTR Lite starts at $2,200 before shipping and taxes. So if you talk about it that way, it's only like $800 or $900 more for the 48 volt versus 60 volt battery. That's the biggest difference, is the battery, because the Tuttio is 48 volt, the RTR Lite is 60 volt, which means that the RTR Lite is going to have a higher top speed than the Tuttio. The Tuttio stock has a top speed of 37 miles or 37 miles per hour, and the RTR Lite, Electro & Co. claims 45, but it'll do like 47, 48. Range wise, the RTR Lite does get more range, and just because I don't really know how much range a stock Tuttio gets, because mine was modified with the Bluetooth dongle, so I can't really tell you like what the stock Tuttio gets. I think it gets like 25 miles, and so far I haven't had the RTR Lite battery go under 75%, and I have like 30 miles already in 2 days. So really, it just depends on how fast you're going for range. I'd say the RTR Lite could go up to like 30 miles of range if you're just like mode 1 or 2. Mode 3, I think it'd be like 20 that they advertise would be close to correct. Raw Stunts did a range video, and I think that's like exactly what he got. And then there's things like torque and all that. The RTR Lite, in my opinion, has way more torque than the Tuttio, just because of the 60 volt battery again. I think that just really adds a lot of torque. The Tuttio, to wheelie it, or even just to get the wheel off the ground, you had to pull up, but the RTR Lite in sport mode, I literally can just hold the throttle in and it goes right up. It just shows how much better the 60 volt battery is than the 48 volt battery. So that's like the main reason why the RTR Lite is better. But then the Tuttio does have some amazing benefits for the price. Like, ooh, I'm not going down there, bro. They're like taking pictures or something. I don't know what they're doing, but I don't want to get in the way. The Tuttio definitely has its benefits though. Like, its price is great for a 48 volt. I'm pretty sure it's the best 48 volt bike for the quality. The frame is great on the Tuttio. It's like, it's put together really well, I will say that. But again, the Tuttio has its downsides. Like the fenders on the Tuttio are not good at all. They're like little floppy pieces of plastic that you can upgrade. But that just shows where the RTR comes into play, that it is literally the best looking stock bike you can buy. There is no stock bike that looks as good as this. Now the Tuttio, I will say, I don't like how the seat, to take it off, you have to always unscrew that thing on the bottom of it. If you watched any of my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. It has that thingy under the seat you have to unscrew to even take the seat off, and that thing fell off so many times for me, and I had to always put it back on. But it gets loose so easily if you like do a jump or even just like sit on the suspension. It comes loose so easily. And under the Tuttio seat there is literally no storage, like, at all. So it's kind of hard to put like an air tag or anything there, because the RTR Lite has 0 storage. So oh wait, the Tuttio has 0 storage. The RTR Lite has a little bit of storage. It's not too much better, but I'll show you. It's a pull lever that you just pull and the seat comes up. You just go right here, you pull this, and then it clicks. The seat comes right off. And then it has this space. I put like a bike lock. I put my cheese curds in it, if you watched last video. And then the air tag. So it has a lot of space, and you can take the battery out pretty easily. That's what I like about it. Now, the worst thing about the RTR Lite is this battery thing. It is so hard to close. It takes me like 5 minutes to close it every time, and it's so annoying. That is one negative of the RTR Lite. I will give it to them. This battery thing is not it. But that doesn't mean that the Tuttio's battery charging situation is better. To charge the Tuttio, you have to take off the seat and then reach it down into where the battery is. So it's a super tight space already, and you have to fit it into like the worst spot possible. I don't know what they were thinking with that. But the Tuttio still is 37 miles per hour for $1,300. It's worth it for the money. The Tuttio is definitely worth it for the money. Like, honestly, for how upgradable it is, and it's still getting more upgradable the more popular it gets, with like upgrading parts and third-party companies making different parts for it. The Tuttio is older than the RTR Lite, so there is more parts for the Tuttio than the RTR Lite, which isn't good for me, because I like to upgrade my bikes. But the RTR Lite is still a little new, so there's still more parts keep coming out, and like more controllers and all that third-party stuff. It's still like in production because it's a new bike. So that is one plus about the Tuttio. For the money, really, the Tuttio is worth it. But if you can afford the RTR Lite, it is, I'd say, worth it for just the little extra money it is. It's definitely like a better bike, really. If you were to ask me what bike I had more fun on, it would be the RTR Lite, because like it's just you can notice the power difference. Like on the Tuttio, it's torquey, yes, and fast, but the RTR Lite is a whole different bike. The difference from 48 volt and 60 volt is so much different. Like look at the acceleration on this bike. Like, it just instantly pops it up. So it really just shows you how much better the 60-volt battery is. And I'm not saying that you can't upgrade the Tuttio. You can, absolutely, to a 60-volt battery, which is what my backup plan was for the RTR Lite. But I didn't want to buy like a ton of extra stuff for it because the Tuttio already had a lot of miles. So I got this instead. Worth it. Fast. Fun. Better suspension. Suspension! Yes! Okay, the Tuttio has super good suspension. It doesn't bottom out that much. I will say that the RTR Lite has better front suspension. And the Tuttio probably has better rear suspension. Just because I have to pump up my shock a little bit, and the Tuttio I didn't have to. So in that case, the RTR Lite has better front suspension. Tuttio has better rear suspension. It is very important for if you're doing jumps, off-roading, and all that. So the Tuttio still does have its perks. The RTR Lite definitely has its perks. But in all, they are both bikes, and they're all super fun. They are all good quality. The RTR Lite is better quality than the Tuttio, honest opinion. Not opinion, honest fact. But that's just how it is, you know. Like, when you pay, you get what you pay for. The RTR Lite's more money, so obviously it's going to be a better bike. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more on the RTR Lite, I'm also thinking about buying a fake Tuttio off Alibaba. Let me know if I should do that. I might do that, and then review the fake Tuttio versus my experience on the real Tuttio. I want to do that so badly, and I might, like, soon. I sold one of my other bikes, so I might. Comment down below if you guys want to see that video, fake Tuttio. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Flip it back now.